Well, good day to you. It is Take Two with Jerry and Debbie and you and the show team in place, Jeff, Rich, and Matt. And thank you, affiliates, for carrying Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. And we are off and running here on a Friday, a week that has moved incredibly fast. For me, at least, it seems that way. And hope that you've had a good week so far. I am Jerry Usher, along with Debbie Georgiani. But we're going to be going by different names today because... Debbie?
Because we're talking about nicknames. So I'm joined by Jer Bear, right, Jer?
That's one of my nicknames. It was one of my nicknames, yeah.
Your sister? Did your sister Mary
my sister called me Jer Bear, yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. See, I just learned that today. So, yes, we're talking about nicknames today. And do you like your nickname? Some are really kind of cool. Some are a little bit odd. It's kind of like a family, kind of inside little joke there, right? So we want to talk about if you feel you can share those nicknames and do you like your nicknames, now is the time to do it. Do not wait any longer because we're going with our weekend, right? Well, not yet. Not until we're finished with Take Two. So dial in at 833-288-3986. Okay, Jer Bear. I like that. I think I'm gonna call you that. Can I call you that?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
You will until you hear what my other one was, which was there's a kind of weird story behind that one.
Oh, I want to hear your other one. You can call me Riz because my maiden name is Rizzio. So we our family went by Riz. You can call me Riz. I actually like that. Although when Grease came out, they Rizzo was a character in Grease, and so everybody made fun of that. But I kind of like it though because Mother Angelica's name was Rizzo, so I kind of like that. So you can call me Riz.
Okay. Right. Well, what about you, Take Two family? Do you have a nickname, and do you like it? 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. Nicknames come about in a variety of different ways. Sometimes they're a derivative of your real name, like our show... who's on the board? Jeff Burson is on the board today, running the controls, and his nickname is Jeff. His name is Jeffrey. See, so sometimes your nickname can be something taken off of your legal name. It could be something associated with something that you do. Maybe you're a good speaker or an athlete or actor or something like that. So let's talk about this. Riz, it is for Debbie. So this is Take Two with Jer Bear and Riz, and.
I love that. Do you know, I call Marty, I call him Moo Moo. Just because I don't want to... Well, okay, so there's a little story behind that. So my mother used to call... she didn't want to say Debbie all the time, so she used to call me Do or Doo-Doo. That was my mother. God love her, Connie. I just love you to pieces. I hope you're having fun in heaven. And so I kind of did the same thing with Marty. I didn't feel like saying Marty all the time, so I called him Moo or Moo Moo. And so a lot of my friends in the Catholic radio world used to say, why are you calling him a cow? And he does like to eat, so there you go.
Yeah. Well, I hope he doesn't like to eat grass.
But isn't it funny how these nicknames come to be? How they just take a life, they're kind of like it becomes part of you. And do you like that? Maybe you don't. Maybe you've had a nickname that has been attached to you your whole entire life, and you're like, I need to shed this. I want to get rid of this nickname. Tell us. We'll help you get rid of it. 833-288-3986. Okay, now you got me in suspense. Tell me about your other nickname.
Well, it came about in high school, and you remember the show Family Affair?
Yeah.
The sitcom,
yes.
And the two twins were Jody and Buffy. Buffy.
Right.
And I guess there was this friend of mine. He was in a grade below me. I was a junior. He was a sophomore. And I guess he couldn't remember which was the boy and which was the girl because Jody and Buffy could be, kind of interchangeable names. Right. So Buffy happened to be the girl, but still he started calling me Buffy or Buff. He shortened it to Buff. And then when he got in a real kind of a funny mood, he would call me Buffalo or Bisonus Americanus or something like this. So Anyway, Buff is what stuck. So Buff, Buff became my nickname all through the rest of high school. I could probably count on one hand the number of times people called me anything but Buff after about my junior year.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's
crazy.
Interesting. Do you know, and you probably don't know this, that was one of my favorite shows. I used to
It was
race
fun,
home.
yeah.
I used to race home from school and watch that. I loved that show. Gosh,
Well,
you
see,
know,
now
we
you're
should do it.
dating yourself when you say
I
you
was
had to
just
race home from school to watch it, because now we don't have to race anywhere to watch our favorite shows. They go with us, or we can watch them anytime we want.
That's true. But gosh, we should do that, Jerry. Let's talk about old shows. We should do that. Walk down memory lane, like Speed Racer, all sorts of fun, harmless shows that were, Mr. French. See, everybody's weighing in. We should do that. Okay, if you want us to do a show on those past, wonderful shows that we grew up with, let us know. But right now we're talking about nicknames. This is a fun show, okay? We like to do Friday shows that kind of prompt your, discussions that you will have with your family on the weekend. That's why we do, if you notice, our Friday shows have to do about relationships or things that your conversation starters, that you can, continue the conversation all weekend long until we meet again on Monday. And so that's why we're doing this show today. I know there's a lot of serious things going on in the country. We understand that, but we are trying to kind of set the table for you to have those, just interesting, maybe fun discussions at home. So help us out with nicknames today, 833-288-3986. And tell us yours.
Yeah, tell us yours. And is it something you came up with, or was it something that somebody just blurted out one day? I think it seems for the most part, Debbie, that nicknames are kind of applied to us by other people, family members, friends, teammates in sports, things like that. So come on, you guys. It's a Friday. Let's have a really lively conversation about nicknames. Do you have one or more? Do you like it or them? And let's talk about this. We have several open phone lines. They're going to fill up, though, in the next couple of minutes. I just know that, so we want to make sure that you get on one. There's another one filled right there at 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. You can also email take2@EWTN.com. Post your comments on the EWTN Catholic Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel. And you could also post on the show website, take2show.com, or text the letters EWTN to 558. What's the number again? 55000.
55000. Yep, that's how you do it.
All right, we're coming right back to talk about your nickname.
This is Tracy Sable, host of EWTN News Nightly, inviting you to join us for a very special EWTN Thanksgiving. Call the EWTN listener comment line at 205-795-5773 and tell us your memories, traditions, and what you're grateful for. Then listen Thanksgiving weekend as we share your messages with a global audience. From our EWTN family to yours, God bless.
Have you ever heard someone say, I don't like the idea of dogma, I don't like how the church claims to have authority? And yet, why does anyone believe anything unless they trust some authority? G.K. Chesterton says the modern world will accept no dogmas upon any authority, but it will accept any dogmas on no authority. Say that a thing is so according to the Pope or the Bible, and it'll be dismissed as a superstition without examination. But preface your remark merely with, they say, or try and fail to remember the name of some professor mentioned in some newspaper, and the keen rationalism of the modern mind will accept every word you say.
Spend more time with the Apostle of Common Sense. Visit chesterton.org for more information and go to EWTNRC.com to discover more books and programs written and inspired by G.K. Chesterton.
No surprise here at Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. We have full phone lines, so keep calling and share with us your nickname if you like it. And the answer to some of the Take Two family texts that are coming in, the answer is no. You may not call me Doo-Doo. That was reserved for my mother, Connie, my late, my mother who passed away, Connie. She passed away in August. That was her name for me. I do not want to resurrect that name, and it's going to go with her. So you can call me Riz, but not Doo-Doo. Okay. All right, you can call me whatever you want. Okay, real quickly, EWTN Pro-Life Weekly emails. You can stay informed and educated with the latest news and truth on abortion, euthanasia, assisted suicide, and the culture of death on EWTN Pro-Life Weekly with Catherine Hadro. And we can send you EWTN's Pro-Life Weekly directly to your inbox each week. This is the part I love, guys. You can fill up your inbox with all the latest news on what's going on in the Catholic world. Visit EWTN.com and click on subscribe. By the way, Catherine Hadro does a great job. She really does.
Indeed, absolutely. I love her passion about pro-life issues.
Yeah, she's such a sweetheart. You can tell she's really 100% in, and we need that. We need authentic Catholics really, leading the charge, and that's wonderful. Jer, you know what, Jer? I feel the same way about Jer Bear. Tell me if you feel this way. Your late sister Mary, she was very special to you. She was your only sister, and she called you Jer Bear. I think we need to keep that with her. I'm not going to call you it.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so I think
you
I'm going to call
me
you Buff.
Buff, yeah.
I think I'm going to call you Buff. I like that, though. That's kind of cool. That's kind of like what's it, like Karate Kid? Where they buffed the that image they did in the movie. Right. Was that Karate Kid? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, where are we going?
We're going to go to Dave in North Texas, and Dave, we thank you for listening on Guadalupe Radio Network and calling Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Sure.
That's a kind of a fun topic, and the name, I had two nicknames, and they developed over a period of years. I played a lot of baseball, and I was a shortstop, and I was very smooth, and I was very, let me say, I was very, very good out there and very smooth picking up ground balls. And so I got two nicknames. One of them was the human vacuum sweeper, and then the other one was Hands. And I could go to different areas, different ballparks, whatever, where they didn't know me, and they just kind of always pick it up with there was no transfer means, They just, boy, he looks smooth. He looks like a human vacuum sweeper, or they call me Hands, and so they were fun. Now the other team would call me other names, but
right.
Okay.
Well, no, it sounds that's really great, Dave, and a lot of nicknames do come from sports, and congratulations on being so good at that, and you must have taken great pride in those nicknames, Dave, because they spoke really eloquently of your abilities on the baseball field.
Well, it was, and I really had a good time, and I was very humble about it. I'd say, well, well, thank you, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But I had a lot of fun at it.
Dave, I just wanted to jump in real quickly. I was a big New York Yankees fan, and I loved all the players back in the day. Not necessarily now, but back when I was younger, because I grew up in New Jersey. But I have to tell you, I have such incredible respect. I played a little bit of softball before I got shorter, Dave. But I have incredible respect for those that play the position of third base and a shortstop. You have to have incredible response, and the way you have to quick think and react and make a move, a throw. It's pretty incredible. So has that helped you playing shortstop? I was always curious about this. Has it helped you in life in general, just from the kind of how you can quickly react in a very a processed way, you know what I'm trying to say? Because it's amazing how the shortstops can just, they know where to throw it, how quick to throw it, how to move. It's pretty incredible.
Well, that's a good comment. Actually, what happens is you just keep practicing, and you don't want to think. See, if you have to think, you're taking too much time. Same thing with hitting. If you have to think, you're taking too much time because the ball is coming so fast. So you actually see, and then it goes right to the muscles. You see, and then you move. See and throw, or see and whatever.
Interesting.
You don't think about it. Yeah. Thinking is for static type work, like if you're in school or you're on a job and you have to think about this plan and how you're going to do it. But in sports, it happens so fast that you have to do away with the thing. You think while you're in practice, you think then, but then once you get in the game, it's see and do. I see the ball, I do. I either run to the left or to the right. I don't think about it. That's a very good comment, though. Very good comment.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was insightful. Yeah.
Good question.
I was always impressed. Always impressed. And just how fast you can throw the ball. I mean, you have to be able to throw it so perfectly in a strong arm. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. Did you have any shoulder problems from playing shortstop? I'm just curious.
Well, actually, I hurt my arm when I was about 20, and I lost about 5% of it, 5-10%, somewhere in there. And so it never was actually that good. But I mean, it wasn't what it could have been. But I had a lot of ways that I compensated for it. I didn't have any extraneous moves that took time. See, a lot of times you'll see people double clutch out there. They'll do things, take another step when they didn't really need to. So I cut all that stuff out, and so I did just fine. I could throw in plenty of time, and and I just it was something that I had a wonderful coach. He was a Christian man, and it, over a period of time, it became a great endeavor for both of us. I mean, when I was a little kid, I couldn't do anything, and then when I finally left, I could do a lot of things. So,
wow, that's
there was
great.
a lot of pride there. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of great memories, I'm sure.
Great memories. Yeah.
All right, well, Hans and Human Vacuum Sweeper, thanks for joining us on the program. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Debbie and Jerry.
All right. God bless. All right. 833-288-3986. Like Debbie said a little bit ago, kind of a little bit of levity, a lighter topic on this Friday, but we can still tie our faith into it in any way that we want. We're talking about, do you have a nickname, or have you in the past, maybe even more than one like Dave did? And do you like it? 833-288-3986.
How about you had a nickname as a child and it just kind of followed you through life and it just kind of haunted you. You didn't like it. You wanted to get rid of it. And you tried everything to just get out of this nickname. But then you finally maybe shifted it as you got older and you said, hey, I can embrace it. Let's talk about that as well. This could help other people. This is why we do the show. It's always helping other souls at 833-288-3986. You do not have to be Catholic to call in. Please, if you're listening right now, anywhere in the world, we consider you part of the Take Two family, and we really value your participation. So call in. Do not get started with your weekend yet. We have a couple open phone lines, and we just expect you to show up for us. We're here for you. You got to show up for us. 833-288-3986.
Real quickly before we go back to the phones, you mentioned sometimes, and very, very often, nicknames are applied or earned. Sometimes they're well earned by babies who say certain things a certain way, or their siblings will call them certain things. And I'm remembering the story of Dabo Swinney. He's the head football coach at Clemson University. And when he was a baby, his brother Tripp, who was 15 months at the time, tried to refer to that boy, and it came out as Dab Boy, Dabo, Dabo. And so here's Dabo Swinney, probably in his 50s as a college head football coach, still goes by the nickname that his little 15-month-old brother gave him when he was just a baby.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that precious?
Is precious. That is precious. Absolutely. There goes two more phone lines. We got one more open for you. Come on, pick it up. Hurry. 833-288-3986. Why do I say hurry? Because we're already, this show goes so fast when we have these fabulous discussions. Let's go to Mary Beth in Florida, listening on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Mary Beth. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie and Jerry. How are you?
Hello. Doing well, thank you.
Good. So my nickname was given to me somewhere in my teens by my siblings, and it was Angel, shortened to Ange, and I'm now in my 70s, and they still refer to me as Angel.
Oh, that's
And from what my older sister told me, and I didn't know this until, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, was that they gave it to me because it started out as Angel from Hell.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
So she said, because you always would do stuff and not get in trouble for it.
Oh, my.
But then it got to be a term of endearment.
Yeah,
Right.
sounds like it.
Then it's an angel from heaven. Now it's switched to an angel from heaven.
Angel from heaven. And my parents even got so they would, sometimes call me Angel, or my mom would refer to me as our angel, things like that. So, and they would give me little statues of angels. I've got quite, some I've given away now, but I have quite a collection and still have several angels from over the years. And my cards a lot of times had angel pictures on them. So it's turned out to be a good thing. I think I've turned a little, I got very interested in angels. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of books about angels, and I feel very close to my guardian angel.
Oh,
So
nice.
it
So
turned
that's
out to be a
perfect.
good thing.
Yeah.
I guess I turned the tables on them, right?
Yeah. I like that. I like that to be called an angel, Ange. I love that. Mary Beth, let me ask you this question. Your name is Mary Beth. Do people shorten your name, like call you MB or something like that? Do you ever do initials?
They do. There was a group of my coworkers for a while who several of them would refer to me as MB. My first name, Mary Beth, is Maribeth, one word. But my last name starts with a B. So,
oh, funny.
So it can be MB two ways. So, yes, they did. And my mother, I didn't like my first name when I was young because I didn't have a middle initial until I was confirmed. And my mom used to say, you don't know how much trouble I had to go to get your name like that on your baptismal certificate. So it's kind of special. Then I started thinking of it as special.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, you've turned a couple things around then into very special things for you. That's wonderful. Did you call any of your siblings by nicknames? Did any of them have nicknames too, Mary Beth?
My older brother's name was Bill, and my maiden name started with C. So in high school, he had friends start calling him BC. He's now an angel. Well, he's not an angel, but he's in heaven right now.
God rest his soul.
But he was BC. My she's dropped it now. I mean, it stopped a long time ago. My younger sister's name was Beatrice, named after one of our grandmothers, and they would call her Triss. So we called her Triss or Trissy. But we haven't done that since she was very young, probably 10 or 12. We stopped doing that. My brother was also, we referred to him as the rudder because he was kind of like the rudder. There were 5 of us, the rudder of our family. Yeah.
See?
So that's all. Yeah.
See, yeah, this is how it is, though. People get nicknames based on initials, based on position in the family, based on kind of the role they play in the family. This is beautiful. We're talking about this, Debbie, on this show, not just to have a little levity on a Friday, but to really learn a lot about ourselves, about the families we come from, and the people God made us to be.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what I learned from your call, Mary Beth. Whenever you call back, I'm going to immediately think of angels.
Oh, well, good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it was helpful to me, too, because I started thinking about other things, with my name and stuff. So it's nice. Yeah.
Great.
Right.
Very good. And I'm enjoying listening to other people, too.
Yeah. Good. There's a lot more coming up, Mary Beth. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for sharing.
Thank you for speaking with me.
Okay. Have a blessed weekend. All right, so we got a lot of social media comments coming in from YouTube and Facebook, and we've got many, many more calls to get to. We have a Debbie next, so hang on, Debbie, and JJ, and Lydia, and Phyllis, and a couple of open phone lines here. If you want to share your nickname on the program today, it's 833-288-3986. What are people saying on social media?
Lulu says on YouTube, we're waving to you, says, yes, I was called Bones growing up, like the doctor on Star Trek. Bones. Interesting. I love that. Michael M., when I was getting my degree in mathematics, I used to log in with the name Math Mike, and it stuck. So you can all just call me Math Mike. Okay. And Colette says, my nickname is Cocoa Cotton Girl because I have a mind made if cotton wool. A mind made of cotton wool. Okay, that's how it's written. Colette says that. Cocoa Cotton Girl. I love that. That should be like some kind of. Well, that should be like some kind of. What do you call those extraordinary bar drinks? Cocoa Cotton Girl. Right. Like a martini or something. Yeah. Okay, Jennifer says, I wonder if Mary had a nickname for Jesus when he was young. That's interesting. Isn't that good?
Fascinating question. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, 833-288-3986. We will continue with your phone calls. It's Take Two with Jerry and Debbie on EWTN Radio. Thanks for being with us.
This is EWTN Catholic Radio.
To ask, why should I pray, is the same as asking, why should I raise my mind and heart to God, since that's what prayer is. But when stated like that, it's pretty obvious. We need to pray because God is He to whom our minds and hearts are ultimately directed. Union with Him is our ultimate destiny. Without prayer, we lose our direction to God as our ultimate end, and thus set ourselves on a path that leads back into the slavery of sin.
And now, the EWTN Family Prayer with Father Joseph.
Family, a prayer that we pray together is a powerful prayer. So please pray together with me our EWTN Family Prayer. Today we pray for the caregivers of the sick. O most Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we adore you. You have first loved us, and through your Son you have taught us the excellence of self-giving love. Give to those who are caregivers of a sick parent or child, brother or sister, the assistance of your holy angels. Lessen their burdens and give them great joy in practicing a work of mercy. And since charity is never forgotten by you, reveal to them their heavenly reward. Amen.
Want to be notified when Take Two with Jerry and Debbie goes live on Facebook? Follow EWTN Radio's Facebook page and click the bell icon to be notified.
Dr. David Anders here. Where is purgatory in the Bible? Why confess my sins to a priest?
Find out more 2 p.m. Eastern on Call to Communion.
Now, back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
All right, Take Two with Jerry and Debbie and you on a Friday here on EWTN Radio. And we're going to go back to your phone calls now. Do you have a nickname and do you like it? 833-288-3986. And, of course, all the other ways you can get a hold of us, email, social media comments, the show website, text message as well. And we're going to go to Debbie next in San Diego. Debbie is listening to the program today on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for your patience. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. One of my nicknames is Diamond Deb, and my friend calls me Double D for short, which is kind of a joke. And so I thought your doo-doo could become Double D as well, and then it won't quite sound so bad.
Right. But I do like Diamond Deb better, I have to tell you.
Yeah, I thought that's actually a sweet one. I was also called Dairy Queen because I grew up on a dairy. Mm-hmm. And MacGyver because I love fixing things. So at my jobs, I would always be the one that would, Jimmy things to try to get them to work again.
Nice.
And Clabber Girl. I guess I looked like the little girl, so when I was little, they called me Clabber Girl.
Clever girl. Interesting. Okay, so Debbie, I have to ask you this. Did you ever get this? Because I used to get this all the time. All the Debbies out there, please weigh in on this. Did you ever get like little Debbie snack cakes? I used to get that all the time. It drove me crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
yes, high school was terrible for that.
Yeah. And then I finally went into the grocery store with my mother, and because I wanted to check out Little Debbie snack cakes. And I said to my mother, I said, I don't even look anything like her. What are they thinking?
It didn't matter, did it?
No, you get stuck with that. Or do you ever get this? This is another one we always get, Debbie Downer. Do you ever get that, Debbie?
Yes. And I never knew where that came from.
I still don't know.
Yeah, there's got to be someone out there who can look it up for us. And
yeah. Is it a SNL? It's a Saturday Night Live, Jerry said.
I thought it was a Saturday Night Live skit. Maybe not.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, could be. Could be.
Well, all we know is us Debbies don't appreciate it, right, Debbie?
That's right.
Right. Well, actually, okay, so here's something interesting. Maybe you guys didn't know this. Jerry, you may not know. Did you know Debbie is a dying name? Did you know that? They're trying to bring it back. It's going to die out.
Oh, no, I hope not.
Yeah, it is. It's on the list.
Deborah was powerful.
Yeah, it's on the list of names to die out. So they're asking people if you're going to have a baby, maybe consider naming your child Deborah or Debbie, to bring the name back, because they say in so many years it's going to fade away.
Wow.
Oh, so the biblical names are going to be out, huh?
Yeah, I guess. But some are coming back. The sad thing about it is, Deborah in the Old Testament is so strong. She is so powerful, so strong. She's such a leader. And so it would be great for people to revisit that. And are you a Deborah, Debbie?
Originally, yes, without the H. Yeah.
Okay. So Deborah's a very strong name. It's really a beautiful name. And it is biblical in the Old Testament. And so, it's kind of interesting. But Debbie's a happy name. I don't know if you know that. That people have a hard time saying the name Debbie without smiling. I don't know if you know that too. I studied the whole name because I actually didn't like my name growing up. I wanted to be Diana or something like that. I didn't like my name. And I said to my mother, I just didn't like it.
I felt the same way.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
wow,
yeah. And then when I found out it was Industrious Bee, I was like, oh, great.
Well, Debbie Georgiani, I didn't know there was an endangered names list.
I know. I'm on the... Yeah, you're right. I'm on that list.
Wow.
No, but real quickly, Debbie, about you need to research that about Debbie meaning bee, because it actually means it has to do with pollination and the way it spreads a very healthy essence. So you really want to look into that, because it's a positive, not a negative. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Good.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Well, thank
you. You're welcome.
Well, and Debbie, I bet there's I just thought of one that you probably never were called, but it's probably a guy thing to shorten it to something like this: D squared. Were you ever called D squared?
No, I wasn't.
Like Diamond Debbie, you just take the two D's and put a D in that little 2 up on the top right of that one. D squared.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, we'll work on that one. Okay, but Debbie, don't leave, because our producer is so on top of things. Rich Jesse, did you see what Rich wrote?
I did.
Why don't you share that?
Yeah.
Well, he said that the term Debbie Downer is a fictional Saturday Night Live character who debuted in 2004 and was created and portrayed by Rachel Dratch.
Oh.
So I was right about the Saturday Night Live. I just didn't know the other details.
So they make fun of us on SNL. Another reason why I don't watch that.
That's right.
That's right. Well, Debbie, God bless you. Thanks for putting a smile on our faces today. And now you can get started with your weekend.
Yay. Thank you. God bless you both, too.
God bless you. Thanks, Debbie. All right, Phyllis has been waiting patiently to be joining us here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Phyllis is listening on, I'm not sure how Phyllis is listening, but she's joining us on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie today. Hi, Phyllis. Welcome.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi. Yes, Debbie, I like your name also. Deborah is a beautiful name.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. I like Phyllis. I really do. I think it's a beautiful name as well. So tell us, did you grow up with any nicknames?
I couldn't pronounce my name as a little one and called myself Fee.
Oh, I love that.
And when I got my first full-time job, I worked with people with mental handicaps, and a sweet young woman there also couldn't say my name, and she called me Fee.
Huh.
And that appealed to my husband, and I guess for the rest of his life, that's what he called me also. I still have notes written to me by him, written to Fee, Phee.
Oh, how sweet.
I love that. I absolutely love that. See, now I was wondering with Phyllis, I was just curious because with the Phyllis, did anyone ever make the connection like with lilies or flowers or anything? To me that just seems like a name that for me an image of a flower comes to mind.
Oh, I'm glad you put that into my mind. I, like so many people, did not especially like my name. In fact, maybe that would be a theme for your program, even people that wish they had a different name. My name was kind of unusual when I grew up, and I guess we don't like being different when we're young. It's okay now.
Yeah.
But I like that image of flowers. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
sure.
Yeah.
And that's what I think of. Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to throw this in earlier in the week when you had your program on the nicest things that happened. Yeah. I just loved hearing upbeat stories like that.
It is. Yeah, it was a good three-part series, I think.
It was a lot. And what was great is the conversation kept going, Phyllis, and people felt the same way. We needed to hear that because it also prompted people to pay it forward. They were reminded of the nice things that were done for them, and they were inspired to go forth and pay it forward. So we feel that was a kind of a nice ripple effect from those shows.
Very nice to hear.
Did you have a nickname for your husband, Phyllis?
No, he was just plain Bill.
Bill, just plain Bill. Bill is a good name, though. Very, very common, very strong name, I think. Go ahead, Phyllis.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He was never called William. He was always Bill.
Okay.
See, now that's interesting, Phyllis. My dad's name was William, and my mom called him Bill, but they also called him Buddy. My dad picked up the name Buddy. We still don't know how our family got that, and that was passed on to my brother, who's a junior. So we don't know where Buddy came from. Did that ever come about with your husband?
No, he was
okay.
always from day one, Bill.
Always Bill. Yeah, I like Bill. I like Bill a lot. My dad loved it in business. He just found it to be people remembered it. It's obviously easy, to spell, of course, and to remember, but it was just a solid name. I totally agree with you. I love the name Bill. Way to go, Phyllis. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Have a blessed day. 833-288-3986 is the number. We have room for you on a line and time to get you on the program today on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie, talking about, do you have a nickname and do you like it? And actually, our call screener, Matt Gabensky, has revealed his nickname. It's G-Drive. G-Drive.
G-Drive? Wow, that's cool, Matt. Matt is really cool. Matthew's a cool name, though. That means a gift of God. That's a really cool name. Okay, so, we give out virtual awards, and Jerry and I don't get to talk, while we're on the show of who we get to pick, but I'm just going to go ahead and pick it for us. I really still think we need to give it to Colette, that Cocoa Cotton girl. I just love it. I'll never forget it. And Colette, you're so sweet. You said we made your day. We just loved that. That was precious. I'm going to give you some made-up virtual award from Take Two. Because I think that is hilarious. I love it. It just is so catchy, and you can always remember it.
Yeah, yeah. Before we get to Lydia, hang on there in Washington. We just have a couple social media comments here. Shirley, watching on Facebook. Hi, Shirley, and everybody else there. Shirley says, my husband's nickname is Butter.
Butter.
Butter. Must be because he's smooth, right? What did they say?
Oh.
Smooth, like butter. It's like butter.
Yeah, I love that. My husband's nickname is Butter. Is it, Shirley, you have to write back. Is it because he likes butter? Like in everything? You know, because I love butter. Do you like butter? I love butter.
I love butter, yeah.
Yeah, I do too. My favorite cake is a butter cake. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I tell you, I love to eat. Okay, we have open phone lines and we still have time. So if you'd like to share your nickname, if you could try to beat Coco Cotton Girl, come on. I do love Angel though. You know how the Angel. That's that's a great one. You know how I feel about the Guardian Angels. That one is a winner as well. 833-288-3986. That is the number to call. Who's going to pick up that next phone line and where are we going, Jer?
We'll go to Lydia in Washington. Lydia is listening on Sirius XM 130. Hi, welcome to the program, Lydia.
Oh, hi, good morning. Thank you for accepting the call.
Sure enough.
And the nickname was Lily. And out of the first name is Lydia. What happened was that, first of all, my name, my dad gave me that name because my dad was illiterate, but he knew the Bible back and forth.
Wow.
And my mom's favorite color was purple. So he remembered the name of Lydia in the Bible. And so that's how I obtained my first name. And then we had a next door neighbor. She was a little bit tone deaf or hard of hearing, and she could never pronounce Lydia. So she gave me Lily.
Wow.
And everybody just kept on going, Lily. And it was crazy. When I was little, we were migrant workers. And when they were harvesting potatoes, my favorite food was the potatoes, but in Spanish it's called papitas. And then I would go out and let everybody know, okay, dinner was ready. What are we having? Papitas. What are we having for breakfast? Papitas. What are we having for lunch? Papitas. So my great-grandmother, my grandmother, would say, okay, papitas. And on my mom's side of the family, it stayed until I was still an adult.
Oh, boy.
But Lily was carried on with my friends and my coworkers. And that's very...
Who was it that said that called you Purple or related to Purple? Your mother?
My father.
Your father.
My dad.
Okay.
Father.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And
Lydia, the seller of purple, is mentioned in the Bible, in the book of Acts, and that's just so beautiful, Lydia. You said your father was illiterate, but he knew the Bible back and forth.
Yes,
boy, what a beautiful testament that is to him.
Yes, and I was my dad's caregiver until he passed away in 2017. But no, it was like I said, when Dad passed away, I wasn't angry. I didn't cry because he and I spoke about it. And then on his, before receiving his last sacrament, he was now announcing it. He was praying.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm kind of fortunate.
What was your dad's name?
Arnulfo.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Arnulfo. Arnulfo.
Gotcha, beautiful. I put you all in the book, Lydia.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. What a beautiful story. You're a beautiful soul. Thank you so much for gracing this conversation today.
Oh, thank you for accepting. You have a wonderful day.
You too, Lydia. God bless.
Thank you.
Hey, go ahead.
Can I say something real quick? Phyllis jogged my memory. Okay, Phyllis talked about Fee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember she said Fee? I remember being really little, and I could not say my oldest sister. Mary, I talk about Marianne. She's 12 years older. I couldn't say Marianne, so I called her Fee.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it stuck all the way until I got older, and then I switched it to me, and then I switched it to Mimi. Because I
Where
thought
did Fee come from?
I have no idea. I couldn't pronounce Marianne, so I called her Fee. I have no idea. Marianne was. That's hard to pronounce as a little kid.
Marianne. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You might be right. Yeah.
You were probably talking as soon as you came out of the womb. You're so smart.
No. I was born to talk, which is a curse for some people and a blessing for others. But I remember my late sister, by the way, I've told this on the air before, but she when we were in high school, of course, she went by her maiden name. She wasn't married yet, Mary Usher, so they called her Mush.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, it just nobody called her anything other than that, Like I said, it was, yeah, beautiful. But I wanted to mention, too, before we go back to the phones, we've got a few more calls. You can tune in for the Holy Mass from Our Lady of the Angels Chapel every morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on EWTN Radio. And get this, folks, every 2 hours on EWTN Radio Essentials, which you will find at EWTN.com. Just look for the link there. Holy Mass from Our Lady of the Angels Chapel, right here on most of these same EWTN stations.
That is great. Where are we going next?
Carol is in Mobile listening on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Carol. Welcome to Take Two.
Hey, hi, you guys. I wanted to tell you about I have 3 children, but 2 of them have nicknames. And my daughter, you were talking about Butter, and my daughter, when she was a little girl, I always told her she was a beautiful yellow flower because she had blonde hair. And buttercup flowers are beautiful little yellow flowers. So I called her Buttercup. And through the years, it's just gotten kind of shortened to just Butter. So I call her Butter or Buddy or something like that. A funnier story, though, is my son, who is a middle school teacher now, but he's in his mid-30s. And when he was little, for some reason, he got the name Pookie. And so we all called him Pookie or Pook. And my husband and my husband got transferred to Singapore for a couple years. And I was telling some of the people that we met over there, we were talking about nicknames. And I said, my middle son, we were out to dinner sitting at a table in a restaurant. And I said, my son's name is Pookie. And they just all looked at me like, oh, my gosh, lower your voice. That's not a good word to use. That's a slang term here. And I'm like, you're kidding me. I said, oh, my gosh, we call him Pookie all the time. And they're like, no, don't say that. Don't say that around here. So I'm not sure what it meant, but they were just horrified. Oh, anyway, it was just kind of cute, but I still call him Pookie.
Wow, that is amazing. You never think about that when you go to, when you travel internationally, you never think about how that translates, right? And what an interesting story. What do you think, Jer?
Yeah, I was just trying to look it up online here of what it means in Japanese, and I didn't find anything quickly enough there. But that's an interesting point here about all of this. Hand gestures, nicknames, words. When we're in a different country, we may think of something as just very harmless and benign, and like Carol said, all of a sudden people are saying, "Don't say that, don't do that."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
I've heard of that
things.
nickname before, and I've heard of that nickname before here. So that's interesting that we haven't caught on to that. That's fascinating. Wow, what a story. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. Say again. Somebody just you said you nicknamed your daughter. What'd you say? Buttercup Flower, but then it stuck, and so now what do you now call her?
It was a Buttercup. I called her Buttercup when she was little. Now I call her Butter, Butter.
Okay, cool. I think people are trying to get ideas. Go right ahead.
Just kind of like the previous caller that said that she called her husband Butter. So anyway, but that's my name for him.
Love it. Wow.
All right. Thanks, Carol. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, so Laura says, my dad called me Toots, and it caught on with my brothers, and she calls her daughter Debbie Doo. So I guess that is popular, Laura. So maybe just because of the Debbie, you have to try to find something that kind of, is rhythmic with it. So I like that. And Marie says, my nickname is Mare, like the old gray mare.
Oh, wow. Boy, that brings back memories for me.
Because
my sister, my sister Mary, she would call me Jer, and so I'd say, thanks, Mare. And what was funny is, it's kind of funny now, it was at the time too. When we were getting ready, if I was staying at her house or something when I was visiting Seattle, she would say, to say goodnight, she'd say night, Jer, and I'd say nightmare.
Oh, nightmare.
Nightmare.
That is too funny. Wow. See how we're walking down memory lane? This is a beautiful conversation. Betsy says on YouTube, we're waving to you, Betsy, I was called LB. It was short for Little Betsy because my mom was also Betsy, and it came about so people would not confuse who they were talking to. So it followed me well into my adulthood. Thanks, LB, for that comment. We love to hear it. And Elizabeth weighed in, and Sharon, and we'll get to those as well.
Okay. We're going to go back to the phones. Krista in Mansfield, Ohio, listening on Annunciation Radio. Hi, Krista. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. This is a joy. I a long time EWTN viewer, but I had not tapped into also your radio source until the last month. I'm recovering from a heart condition, and I mean, wow, you guys are just blowing me away. You're a delight.
Oh, thank you.
My name is, my given name, sorry I'm so gravelly, but my given name is Krista, which when I was teaching my students in Catholic school, we looked it up, and that could mean fair Christian, and I hope I wasn't like only fair, but, or little Christ, and I certainly don't deserve that, but I'm trying to be a good person. But anyway, my nickname is Crispy. And it has two sources, Crispy, and it has two sources. First of all, my accompanist of over 20 years, I'm a church soloist. She came up with it, and I was like, what the heck? But I loved it, and she calls me Crispy, and it got in with the choir, and then my husband was a deacon in the church, and he said, well, Krista, it's because of your Krispy Kreme donut of it. I have this, I love, and by the way, I know you said, dear heart, that you love to eat. I do too, but I'm a diabetic now, so I can only eat sparingly. Oh, boo. Oh. But anyway, it's still, God is good, and I'm alive, and I thank God for that. But right now, besides the accompanist and the Krispy Kreme donut for my husband, who is now deceased, people now think that my personality is kind of crispy. I'm energetic. I'm sometimes a little edgy, but not in a mean way. I just, I'm kind of, I don't know. So anyway, that's the story.
So Krista, I'm assuming that you're a first-time caller to Take Two, correct?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sitting here at lunch thinking, should I call? And
well,
by golly, here I am.
Yeah, we're so glad you did. We hope you call again. So a couple things. While you were speaking, I entered you into our prayer book. We have prayer warriors just around the world that are around the clock. So I entered you in and your entire family so that we make sure we cover you with the heart situation that you have going. Okay? So
yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yep. You're in our prayer book.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And as you were speaking, okay, I begged Jerry to let me speak first because as you said crispy, okay, immediately I thought of Krispy Kreme donuts, which I absolutely love. Because I think that if I died and gone to heaven, it's their wall of glaze. They have a wall of glaze that comes down. It's an actual wall that comes down of glaze. And I think if I was on that conveyor belt, just in that wall of glaze, I'd be the happiest person alive.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Ah.
Why, thank you.
So I
now
love
now we know a little bit more about heaven. The streets are paved in gold and the walls are paved with glaze. I like that. Didn't mention that in the book of Revelation, but we'll just consider that a private revelation to Debbie. Krista, thank you. Will, we're not going to get to you. I apologize. You hear that music there. God, I Need You Now is our topic on Monday, our urgent prayer show. So if you've got a very important prayer intention, be pondering that over the weekend. You probably don't have to think too hard about that, but God, I Need You Now, our urgent prayer show on Monday. As Debbie was mentioning, we are a praying family, the Take Two family. So join us for that. Debbie?
Yes, please do so. And now you can all get started with your weekend. So until we meet again on Monday, have a beautiful and blessed weekend. And in the year of St. Joseph, we ask St. Joseph, please pray for us. Amen.
Hello, I'm Kristalina Everett, host of Women Made New. Each week, we sit down with our guests to discuss a range